Picture this for a second. It's mid-February, it is freezing cold outside, and suddenly you hear a faint drip coming from the living room ceiling. Then another. A sudden winter roof leak is pretty much a homeowner's absolute worst nightmare. And trust me, the cost and the sheer stress of trying to coordinate an emergency repair in 3 feet of snow, it's astronomical. So the big question staring us down today is simply this. Is your Ontario roof actually ready for winter?
Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're walking through a highly pragmatic, incredibly useful guide put together by the experts over at Chirac Limited. It's their summer roof maintenance, a 10-point checklist. And honestly, if you want to protect your property investment and avoid those midnight winter disasters we just talked about, you are in the exact right place.
Okay, let's dive into this. We've got a really structured roadmap today. We'll cover timing your roof maintenance, 5 ground level checks, taking a closer look at ladders and slope, the honest attic test, fix now versus pay later, and finally, reaching out to Chirac Ltd. Let's kick things off with Section 1, timing your roof maintenance. Now, you might be wondering when you should actually be doing all this. Most homeowners wait for a visible problem to pop up before they act. But honestly, that's a pretty terrible strategy. The absolute best window for roof maintenance here in Ontario is late June through early September. You want it dry, with daytime temperatures holding comfortably above 15 degrees Celsius. Why does this matter so much? Well, during this crucial summer window, sealants actually cure properly, and asphalt shingles are pliable. They're easy to work with. If you try fixing a shingle in the dead of winter, it'll literally snap like a cracker. The adhesive just won't bond. Summer is when you want to get the repairs done so they have months to settle in before that brutal November freeze-thaw cycle begins. Moving right along to Section 2, 5 ground level checks. Let's move to the easiest, safest preventative checks you can do yourself. Go ahead and grab a pair of binoculars and just take a slow walk around your lawn. You're looking for 5 specific visual cues. First, check your shingles, especially on the south and west faces since they take the most sun. Are they lifted, curled, cracked, or completely missing? Second, check your roof lines. Any sagging or waviness could signal a much more serious structural problem underneath. Third, look for granules collecting near your downspouts. If you see grit building up, your shingles are wearing thin. Fourth, spot any moss or black streaks. Moss traps moisture and will absolutely ruin your shingles over time. And fifth, look up at the eaves troughs. Do you see any overflow stains on the fascia board right behind your gutters? Or, maybe little plants sprouting up there? Unless you're intentionally starting a rooftop garden, that means water isn't draining, and it's backing up right under your roof edge. Next up, Section 3, closer look, ladder and slope. Now it's time to talk about the tasks that require getting off the ground, and we need to set up a very clear boundary of safety here. There is a huge difference between a DIY task and a pro-required task. For the DIY safe side, if you've got a stable ladder and you can keep both feet firmly planted at the eaves, you can go ahead and clean and flush out those eaves drops yourself. But the moment a check requires you to actually get onto the steep pitch of the roof slope, like inspecting flashing, plumbing boots, or roof valleys, that completely requires a pro. Valleys carry massive amounts of water and get incredibly slippery. Flashing requires knowing exactly how to reseal metal joints perfectly. Please do not cross this line. A small repair is never ever worth a 20-foot fall. This is exactly when you need to hand the whole shebang over to a contractor. Which brings us to Section 4, the honest attic test. We're shifting focus inside the house now to uncover the hidden threats your shingles might be masking. Your attic is basically the most honest room in your house. Go up there on a bright sunny day. Step 1, turn off your flashlight for a second and just look up at the roof deck. Any daylight coming through means water has a path to get into. Turn the light back on and look around for dark stains, damp insulation, or musty smells. Step 2, check the airflow. The Ontario Building Code requires what they call the 1 to 300 ventilation rule. That's roughly 1 square meter of vent area for every 300 square meters of insulated ceiling. If your soffits are blocked and you have bad airflow, that trapped heat literally bakes your shingles from the inside during the summer and breeds those devastating ice dams in the winter.
All right, Section 5, fix now versus pay later. Now, what's really interesting here is the stark, undeniable math of preventative care. Let's look at the financial contrast between a small summer service call and a massive winter disaster. A cracked vent boot costs about $200 to fix right now in the summer, but if you ignore it, meltwater runs down the pipe all winter, totally soaks your drywall, and suddenly you're looking at a $1,200 repair bill. What about fixing chimney flashing? Roughly $400. Repairing the interior wall water damage after a long winter of neglect? Try $3,000.
And I really want to pause and highlight this specific number right here. $4,000. That is the massive potential repair bill you could be facing just from neglecting your attic venting through one single freeze-thaw cycle. Actually, scratch that. It gets worse. Letting your roof bake from poor airflow can even bring on a full $9,000 to $16,000 roof replacement years earlier than expected. Small money now or massive money later. It's a pretty clear choice.
Finally, Section 6. Reach out to Chirac Ltd.
For everything you shouldn't be doing yourself, you need to pivot to the right solution. I absolutely love this quote from Emad Ali Khanpour. He says, "A professional inspection catches what is coming, the flashing with 2 winters left in it, the deck softening under a valley." Emad is Chirac's roofing and exterior specialist, and with 15 years of hands-on experience in the trade, he knows exactly what a hidden hazard looks like. A quick homeowner check catches the obvious stuff, sure, but professional experience catches the disaster long before it breaks through your ceiling. So the crucial point is that Chirac Ltd makes maintaining your roof incredibly easy and completely risk-free. They offer a free, no-obligation inspection of your roof both inside and out. Plus, they back up their expert repairs with a bulletproof 10-year workmanship warranty. And here's the best part, you only pay the final 10% when you're totally thrilled with the job. They're serving York, Simcoe, Kawartha, and the Greater Toronto Area. Give them a call directly at 905-490-880 or head over to chirac.ca/freequote to book. I highly encourage you to invite their team out for an honest assessment of your home.
Which leaves us with his final provocative thought. Why wait for a winter leak? Setting aside a small annual roof budget prevents those shocking February surprises. The timing right now is perfect, the math is totally undeniable, and the help you need is literally just a quick phone call away. Don't wait for the ice to find the hidden holes in your shingles. Take immediate action to secure your home, reach out to Chirac Ltd, and book your free inspection today. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and we'll catch you on the next one.